Hi, my name is Justin Staggs, and you're watching the behind the scenes of the making of the Foo Fighters Back and Forth music video. I was forwarded a link by my friend TJ Schwingle, a director of photography I worked with, and it was a contest being hosted by the Foo Fighters and the Fuse channel saying you could direct their next video, and all you had to do was submit a link to your director's reel. About 2 months later I found out I was a winner or a finalist and given the chance to make a video. Years gone by, biting my lip all the while. I think this whole process from start to finish has been maybe 2 months. From the time I heard about it, and I think from the time I found out I was a winner to the completed video was inside of a month. By the time I knew what song I was going to be directing, I think it's maybe 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks. As soon as I knew I was a winner, I started kind of brainstorming what ideas do I already have. So I kind of looked through the archives. What do I have that could work you know, in a pinch that I could maybe get going for these guys. But then finally finding out that the band would not be in the video, that I had to make the video without them. Their involvement, of course, narrowed that bullseye even more so. I really wanted to do a performance video for the song. It's a big epic rock song. I wanted to see people playing guitars. I had some narrative ideas that might have worked, and then I had another idea where, what could I do not having the band? How could I still represent the band on screen? Well, I could show them as children. I could show them as old people and say, well, it would be interesting to show them, you know, 40, 50 years in the future as old men and still playing in spite of their age and in spite of world conditions. Even before I had a finished concept, I contacted a few people to get the ball rolling. First and foremost, my friend Shane Nelson, who I've worked with many times. Awesome dude, awesome producer, awesome director. And I knew he could be a huge asset to making this happen in a short amount of time.
You know, I thought he was going to go to LA or whatever, and all of a sudden I got a call a few days later saying, hey, we should make this happen. And he reached out to the local film community, and we put together a bunch of awesome people to sort of pull this thing together. So maybe a week I think we had. It's like a week ago. It's pretty short turn times.
He pulled in another producer on this, Ben Katz, who I'd also worked with in the past on videos, who came in all the way from New York City just for this project.
I got called, I think, on Monday of last week and bought a plane ticket, and 2 days later I was in Minnesota producing a music video. So and then we shot that weekend.
We found an awesome location, and TJ Schwingle, the DP, has worked with us for a long time, and we're excited to sort of have him pull in some of his own resources and make it look awesome.
Well, we lucked out. It's like a flat, rainy day, so that's what I was hoping for. Because we want it to look post-apocalyptic, so there's no man-made light, so we want it to be kind of flat. As far as pulling this together, we have to thank all the vendors, everyone who donated or gave us good deals. There's a lot of people who really came to bat for us and helped us to pull this together. Cinemechanics, Cinequipped, Justin's school gave him some connections. And then, of course, all the crew who's volunteering.
Knowing that there was a lot of art department needs in this, I contacted a friend of mine, a really talented producer and teacher named Frenchie Lunning, who was with the Minneapolis College of Art and Design. I knew she could bring together a great team, some other talented people I worked with in the past, Brian Unger, Rachel Gerard, and Max Grove, were our production team, and they did all the great work. You see the wardrobe, the big light-up sign that says Foo Fighters was their work.
Justin sent out an SOS to people who he knows and says, can you help me? And of course I would do anything because it's way fun working with him. He has a very strong vision, not just in terms of the music, not just in terms of the film, but in terms of the design as well. He's a designer as well, you know. And so basically I sort of follow his lead, and getting to know him well enough that I can actually start producing things that look like, you know, I know what he's going to want. But it's always a lot of fun, and he keeps a really good set. I mean, you know, he's very calm and collected. It's really a lot of fun to work with.
We had a really talented makeup artist and stylist that I worked with before, Nicole Fae, with her company MakeUpDo, and knew that she would do a great job and always fun to work with, and she was ready and able to make the fake beards and the dirty up the faces and make these old guys look extra old and dirty and homeless. Not only that, but we also had stunt doubles, which were younger guys that we brought in to do some of the rock moves that maybe the older gentlemen were less capable of. She had to match not only create the old guy look for the first cast, but also duplicate that on the stunt doubles. So double duty with all the beards and things like that.
This morning we were working on the 4 older versions of the Foo Fighters. And there's 5 of them, obviously. And then now we're working on the 5 Actually, we're working on 4 of the younger guys. One of the older guys is gonna rock it with these guys. We have some kids, and they're all dirty and ready to go, post-apocalyptic. So in all, like what, 14 people total, and we have like an hour to get them all done.
Originally, there was no kids in this first treatment. It was going to be a pack of wild dogs would attack the bass player and drag him away while they were playing. One of the drawbacks of existing in a post-apocalyptic future, but that was sort of on the gravy list because working with animal talent can be challenging, and of course, especially on the short notice, we had to do this. There was no way I was going to find an animal trainer and a bunch of dogs. To do this, well, I could do a gang of street tough kids, kind of like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, where there's all the kids kind of surviving on their own. They're sort of feral and have weaponry and stuff like that, and they're hunters. So I had the idea of doing like a gang of children that are sort of, this is their turf, and they're going to attack these old guys. Seeing street tough children with kind of this killer instinct is kind of funny to me. Well, the cool thing, obviously, the name Foo Fighters carries some gravitas with it. But I always love their music videos. I always love anything I hear by them on the radio. I felt like I was the right guy for the job with some of the other video work I've done. And so I felt like I was up for the challenge of coming up with an idea, because we sort of had carte blanche on the concept for this. We're just sort of giving a list of standard and practices. Can't show nudity, can't show firearms, can't show acts of violence. But other than that, you don't really need our approval. Go make a video. So it was something where, wow, that's awesome. I wish every job was like that. Yeah, I was like, well, I'm going to maybe try to do something ambitious and kind of a little bit out there. The creative freedom is awesome. It inspires me. It can be animation, it can be a narrative film, it can be band rocking out. So many options every time, and you can push it in so many different directions. So for me, the challenge of hearing a song and getting a chance to make a short film for that, it's sort of like, you just sort of have to convince them to let you do it. Thanks for watching the behind the scenes of the making of the Foo Fighters Back and Forth video. I hope you really enjoy the video, and a lot of hard work and heart went into the making of this. I hope you like it.